Hey there. Hope you're having a fantastic week. This week I have a confession. The confession is I don't love networking. I'm good at it. I know how to do it. I can get results. I can help you get results, but I don't love networking. I would rather not go to a networking event. And there's a whole bunch of you out there that actually hate networking. But you know how some people love networking? Well, those people will still watch this video because they're going to want to see a few tips or tricks that'll help people who hate networking be better at networking. So you know in your heart of hearts that networking can be a good way to build your business. You've all heard it. You build your network, that's your net worth. So your network is your net worth. I'm going to give you a couple tips of how to go to networking events, how to make the most of them, even if you hate networking. So here's the first tip. Have a goal. And once you reach your goal, you're allowed to leave. That's your reward. So let's say your goal would be, I'm going to meet 5 people and get 5 business cards that are potential leads. Once you do that, then you can leave. So it's a great incentive. You can go, you can be there, you can do what you need to do, and you can leave. If you hate networking, that's a good place to start. Now, if you want to get good at networking, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. So the second thing I would say to you is understand how to be curious. Just be curious. Just ask people questions. Practice your questions. Practice your questions. Just get into it. Understand. Maybe your questions are, a simple question is, what do you do for a living? And then when they say such and such, tell me more about that. You just keep asking questions. Practice your question. Be curious. Be interested. Don't try to sell anything while you're there. Just be interested. Number 3, when somebody does ask you what you do for a living, you're going to want to know. You're going to want to have it's called an elevator pitch. Because the elevator, supposedly on an elevator ride, somebody might say, what do you do for a living? You got to be able to say it while the elevator's going up or down on the ride. So usually about 30 or 60 seconds, sum it up. A good way to start is, in other words, how business owners are not always getting what they want out of their business. And they'll say yes. And then you say, well, I help business owners become epic because success just isn't good enough anymore. And they're going to say, well, how do you do that? And then I'm going to say, I have various training and coaching programs. Tell me a little bit about your business. See how that worked? I changed it back to a question. I got good at my questions. Number 4, you want to have a system. You need to understand who you are and what your system. Maybe you're the kind who'd rather be I know people who go to the front door, they get there early, and they greet everybody who comes in. That's their system. Maybe your system is to go hang out by the food and meet people at the food table. Whatever your system is, have a system that's going to allow you to reach your goal. I'm going to give you a couple advanced strategies here. The first one is you'll always notice that the tallest people in the room are potentially the most attractive, and everybody in the room knows who the most attractive women and guys are, okay? They're likely going to have a crowd around them. You might watch that and see what's going on with them, and then eventually that crowd will break up. They'll head to the food. You can meet them over there. That's going to be some of the most influential people in the room. So maybe you make a beeline to the food. You make some small talk and say, hey, I noticed you had a crowd around you. I'm Bill. Love to meet you. So number 6, food. How do you handle the food at one of these things or the drinks? I think a lot of people are more comfortable with a drink in their hand or some food on a plate. I generally like to go get my food and then do my business. I don't do well with both of them at once, but that's just who I am. I know people who go and their system is they don't get any food or anything to drink. It's up to you. But by the way, the word is network. So you're there to get your job done, whatever your goal is, and get out of there. Number 7. If you're super shy, an advanced technique is ask the organizer. Find out who's running the thing and ask them, who in the room should I know? Should I get to know? And they're going to say, well, you should know them. And say, would you mind introducing me? That's an advanced tactic. Another advanced tactic is understanding what we call the opens and the close. So if 2 people are standing face to face, you do not want to interrupt them. That is just going to make them mad. If they're standing open like that, then you can come in and be that third person. Okay, if there's 3 people, the same way. If there's an opening, but if they're all facing each other, do not interrupt that. Wait till it breaks up. It'll naturally break up, and you can go in and introduce yourself. Here's the last one for you. If you really hate networking, and this is a very advanced technique, I will guarantee you that there is someone else there who's more uncomfortable than you are, because basically they haven't prepared for the networking event. They don't have their 60-second worked out. They don't have a system. They don't understand a goal. They don't know any of that stuff. Somebody told them they need to come to an after hours or a networking event and they'll get business. Well, you know what? If they don't know how to work it, they don't. They are more uncomfortable than you. So what I would suggest is you walk up to them, introduce yourself, and then guess what? You can take them around and introduce them to people. You can introduce them to people you don't even know, because you can walk up to people, you can say, hey, come with me, I'll introduce you to some people. You come up to them and you say, hi, I'm Bill. And you say, hey, this is Jim. Well, guess what? You're the hero to both of them, because now you've introduced Jim. And then you say, well, I don't know, Jim does this, and what do you do? Great. And you're a facilitator at that point. Very advanced technique. The 10th thing is, I know it's hard, but you know what? If you can get it in your head that networking can be fun, it will make your life a lot easier. But the best thing and the most advanced thing that I'll tell you is have a goal. When you reach your goal, you're allowed to leave. It's going to make it easier. Hey, if you'd like some help being a better networker, or being a better marketer, or being a better business person, or scaling your business, reach out to us. We'll be happy to chat with you. I hope you have a fantastic week. And until next time, all the best.